like there's some major buffering going. There was major buffering going on. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking my down-up internet connection because it's trash. Don't get Spectrum, folks. Do the opposite of getting Spectrum. Am I accepting 2 different quests? Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I'd say we head on in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. I got you there. Take it slow and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. Indeed. Man, I really don't like Summoner as a DPS. It takes a minute for them to spin up, you know? Oh, I can still use mine. Look at all this open space. We're just gonna avoid any fighting if we can. I'm more interested in the story anyway, and I'm sure you are too. Oh, well. Got this. Let's go. Oh, I lost my movement. What? That wasn't an attack. Oh, awkward. That should be. Shaft was infested with mithril caps. Some sort of research project, I wonder. I suppose they are a most unusual creature. Why did they develop such long limbs when all they do is shuffle about narrow tunnels? I was being careful, I swear. The slope was steeper than I thought, and I lost my footing for a moment, that's all. I'm not injured, if you don't count my pride. Saganhoff, did you know Kryl almost took a tumble back there? She can't possibly still be dizzy from the lift. Oh, except Kryl, I think, is becoming the Warrior of Dark and is being influenced by Zodiac. So. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident, nothing of consequence at least. And as promised, that tunnel has delivered us into the Medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. If Aaronville's assumption holds true that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then which is the evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. I'm trying to do British, guys, but it's so hard. That's not going to reveal itself. That's a big ass building. You'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed, mystery vegetables without only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. It's better than the crap we're eating. I see no cleaners hereabouts, yet though these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. It is possible they know something of the forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? You see what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same or cast about for useful clues. The gourds we grow here are something of an agricultural wonder. We've crossbred varieties from all across the realm to create pumpkins that are sweet, sizable, and rich in nutrients. Meanwhile, we create bioengineered atrocities and call it food, and then charge a premium. I'm told this cot holds the harvest meant for the ladders here. Nothing out of the ordinary. What do you got going for us, Jeb? Oh, hello there! Lolly-ho! We weren't expecting visitors, not with the use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? Fine chef, you say? Oh, you're a much hardier soul than I am. Under normal circumstances, I reward such tenacity as a guiding tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the forum has its killing order lists a mouthful. Massive yet detailed requests, literal wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. True. It's because they're about to abandon ship. And so you spent years researching these high-yield cultivation techniques. Of course, the life of the official sun is not so brilliant as the real one. However, it allows us to grow crops without having to worry about whether we're changing seasons, making the results of experimentation much more consistent. Holy shit. That's impressive. Hey, look! It's us! The middle class! Ugh. Do I have aught to be taken down below? More than I can carry and then some. Most of our stock is sent off via the cargo lift, but some has been earmarked for aerial transport. Hence the stack of crates atop that hill over there. Gods, hauling the lot up that slope was a job and a half. And I bet you weren't even paid overtime. Jean Foinet. For many years, I have poured my energies into developing alternative compounds. My life's goal is to produce a seed from which both a potato and a tomato will grow. Ah, a man can eat. True. That'd be pretty cool. A harried harvester. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grain. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising given that it's native to a particular locale in the very place upon which Labyrinthos is modeled, a region in the south of Ilsabon. It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilling peaks in the north give way to swaths of temperate plains, which in turn transition into a hot, humid coastline. Such bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect. It used to be called Cormos before the Imperials renamed it Locus Omonis. The Forum saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment, one whose climates we strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthos. It's since provided a rich foundation for countless experiments and cultivation. Well done. Do I have that?
Hard to look away, isn't it? But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
Look at this guy. What a himbo.
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
I like how he carried those boxes. He didn't get a cart, he didn't get a wagon, he didn't get a chocobo. He used his man muscles and carried that shit up there. And that's quite a few boxes. I'd have died.
This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders.
Man, could you imagine a millennial or a Gen Zer, a Zoomer, next to one of them? Woo!
Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect.
Alright, so this may come off as shameless self-promotion, and it kind of is, but when I was designing my card game, I took that into consideration with one of my designs, the Kareen, which is a Middle Eastern, basically demon, angel, imp type creature, the light, and the dark. Right? And the thing is, even the Kareen had those different aspects. The way I portrayed it is that it had to do with primordial alignment. Light, dark, blinded, and fallen, right? And light is what you would think is purity, is innocence, is wonder, right? And dark, I took a little spin on it. Instead of it being evil, it's mystery and the unknown. It's wonder of learning, of seeking whatever, right? And so, to put it into context of this game, right? Positivity and negativity are correlated to light and dark. So these follow through with that syntax. Now, what is that syntax, however? The syntax is the unified field theory, that primordial energy or alignment rather, is a primordial energy as well, much like light or X-rays or thermodynamics. And therefore, the science behind changing between light and dark is actually using the unified field theory. Just, a little bit of extra nerdiness to throw into the lore here.
And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin.
I'm gonna guess that it has to do with the schism and the changing of ethereal confluences. I bet it has to do with that.
To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration.
Fair.
As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Thanks, Medial. Appreciate that. That was actually pretty neat. It's those little tidbits, that make the lore come together, I think.
Have you learned aught of interest?
Actually, yes.
A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
As it immediately turns black.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we fail to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly.
I mean, I'm sure Estinian would oblige.
Isn't that the entrance to the Arcane?
It's a big-ass building made out of pure marble and gold.
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
Who lied to us?
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
He did say that, but...
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member, or at least a close associate?
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
What risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
God, that is why Ishtola's the goat.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions, and no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
Yeah, that's kind of how that works.
We can apologize later, should it come to it.
That's right.
Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
Here's the thing about Alice. I wasn't necessarily team Alice at first, but after getting to play her at the final quest line of the Shadowbringers, she's neck and neck with the stroller for me, and I like her spunk. I like it, I really do.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all... Cryer? Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan. I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
How's us?
Almost. I can almost reach you.
Well, maybe it is purely hiding up there. Oh, it's Minfilia! Oh, that's what it is. Ooh, that would be pretty good. Oh, no. Well, I can't go there. That sucks. I can't travel yet. Forgive me, my attention has been elsewhere. We were following Erenville, weren't we? Let's get after him already. We've waited too long as it is. It feels wrong to spy on Erenville, helpful as they think. But what other choice do we have? Is Cryer still feeling unwell?